My name is Angela Mekese, and during the following video presentation, I'm going to be providing a detailed overview of the wall and roof frame model that I've created and constructed over the last 5 weeks. My wall and roof frame model is based upon a single-story dwelling that was built and designed by Beaumont Homes, which is a Western Australian home building company. I contacted them during the first week of the assignment and gained access to a full set of plans. The following depiction, as shown in this presentation, is the confirmation with myself and the company that provided me with the plans. This is the full floor plan of the single-story dwelling that I was provided with by the company. As you can see, it is a fairly large single-story home, and as I have selected to build my model to a 1:25 scale, I found that it was a bit too large in order to build the whole model, so I decided, as you can see by this picture, to choose just half of the model. I decided to go for the first section, and this would have been enough to provide all the required elements, outline my construction process, and be able to provide sufficient details to get my desired marks. To provide more construction details regarding my selected single-story house, the construction method of the roof structure is known as being a conventional type roof, as it is cut and pitched on site. The roof structure consisted of multiple broken hips and valleys, as the crown points of the roof had different height levels and the ridges were of different widths. The overall pitch of the roof was approximately 24 degrees. The roof covering that was designed for the single-story dwelling was COLORBOND sheeting, and the wall structure of the roof was designed to be built with brick. So once I gained my full set of plans, the initial steps of my construction process mainly involved a lot of preparation. I firstly went to Officeworks and I got my set of plans printed to the actual scale I was going to build my model. So I found this would make the construction process easier. I would understand the measurements of the walls and how to cut my materials. It just assisted me overall. I also then went to Bunnings and purchased materials in order to start constructing my model. I used balsa wood as my primary material to build the walls and the roof frame, and super glue in order to fix it all together. Once everything was prepared, I began to construct my wall structure of the model. This consisted of a combination of solid walls and open framed walls. I decided to do majority of them solid, as they were less time consuming as the open framed walls. However, as you can see in the pictures, there is myself building the open framed walls, which provided all the necessary details that were going to be marked and that are required in an open framed wall model. I managed to complete the entire wall structure within 1 week, and as you can see in the pictures, fixed it all together with super glue, and it was now ready to construct and begin my roof structure. The roof structure was constructed over a 3-week period, and firstly started with constructing all the support members upon the wall structure, and then creating the crown points of the roof as depicted to outline all the hips and valleys and ridges of the roof. This then involved implementing all the common rafters between this outline structure as well as the valley boards. The main structure of the roof had now been completed, and details, as you can see, such as the ceiling joists were now constructed, along with the hanging beams and supporting blocks. The roof purlins were then placed upon the roof structure in order to support this roof covering, such as COLORBOND sheeting, together with the fascia boards being placed along the model and the roof insulation in the form of tinfoil, as well as the roof covering being displayed in the form of cardboard. The ceiling insulation has also been included in the form of cotton wool, as well as the ceiling lining in the form of cardboard, which will be later depicted in this presentation. These are the final 3 open framed walls that have been fixed and constructed and displayed in this final model. The completed wall structures outline all the necessary requirements of an open framed wall. These include top plates, bottom plates, seal plates for the windows, both sides. It's the same on this side for this opening. We've got wall bracing. We've got the nodgings. We've got just the general wall studs. We've got the jab studs on the inside of the window openings. If you look from above, you can see the lintels of the windows and the jack studs in between. It's the same on that side. And together all these elements are being labelled and illustrated in the following picture for further understanding of the model. This is the final roof structure and ceiling structure of my final constructed model. As you can see, the whole model has been mounted onto a timber base and all the builder's plans have been displayed, together with the scale of the model, as well as a yellow highlighted section on the floor plan to illustrate which portion of the single-story home has been constructed. The roof structure includes all the required elements that needs to be displayed. So if we take a closer look, for example, we have just the general rafters, we've got the valley boards, underneath we've got the valley rafter. Over here we have the crown points of the roof and the ridge beams. We have the hip rafters, and altogether you can see it's outlining the valleys and the hips of the roof. We have the purlins. These purlins are supporting the roof covering of COLORBOND sheeting. This cardboard over here is demonstrating the roof covering as well as the roof insulation over there. If we move along, we have the fascia boards along the sides. We have the collar ties over there. And if we look from above, we have some ceiling framing and structure. We've got the ceiling joists. We have the cotton wool demonstrating the insulation. We've got the cardboard underneath demonstrating the ceiling lining. We've got the hanging beam, which the ceiling joists are fixed to. We have the supporting blocks underneath. We also have the soffit and some eave details over there. If we go back underneath, we take a better look in, we've got the support members. Over here is an underpurlin being supported by a strut, and that's going onto a strutting beam. These strutting beams are being supported by the external walls, all the walls. And off the strutting beam, we have a strut that is supporting the crown point. And overall, altogether, that is the basic structure of my roof. The following picture further labels all these mentioned elements of my roof structure to provide further detail. Through the completion of my wall and roof model, I gained various new skills, knowledge, and overall learning outcomes from the task. This involved, firstly, the basic overview and terminology of timber framing and how to construct a basic wall structure and roof structure, together with improving my model making skills, what materials work, what doesn't, understanding the time frame required when constructing the model, as well as the overall construction process, what elements need to be constructed and implemented before others, together with some just design perspectives that architects might have created and designed purposely, such as my model had COLORBOND sheeting as the roof covering. This is a more economical option. It's cheaper, it didn't require my timber frame to have more timber, so it was more cost effective in that perspective. So besides just learning how to build a model and the basics to the construction of it, there was a lot that came beyond that together with the theory behind the construction methods, and cutting and pitching it on site and measuring it. And yeah, there was a lot that was taken out of completing this task, and that was very beneficial and will be used going forward. And that is the conclusion of my video presentation on my wall and roof structure. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.